You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome everybody to episode number 65 of the Battered Heat Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, a bit under the weather, as you can tell. And this is my co-host, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. It was a nice little stretch there of no games, and now we're back to the early mornings, Danny.
Yeah, look, I enjoy these, especially after a dub like last night. Biggest storyline, Tyler Herro coming back uh, and looking like the best player on the court, which is what everybody called it, right? That's what we all knew that was going to happen.
Of course, right? Of course, we knew that was going to happen, especially when everybody was saying we needed to trade him and get rid of
Mhm,
him. He comes
mhm.
back. Not only does he have a great game, but he has a great game coming off the bench, Danny. He had 24 points in 23 minutes. He had at
Efficient.
1.8, I think it was 8 points in the first quarter he was fantastic. He was fantastic yesterday and definitely one of the, like you said, one of the best players in the game.
Yeah, man. Playing the two-man game at times with Bam Adebayo with the pick and rolls. Like it was just he looked so good. He was creating for others. So his movement with the ball, he got into the paint so easily, which is because after you come back from a rib injury, right? Because that's what it supposedly it is, it's a rib injury, and he's wearing like special vest. You figure he would be tentative to get into the paint, but he was getting in there and getting in there at will. Atlanta had no answer for Miami inside the paint, and it was just a I don't want to say easy win because Atlanta made their runs here and there, but Miami basically dominated all the way through, and it's like the perfect way to get back from the All Star break.
Yeah, I mean, Miami was up 16 in the first quarter or 15 in the first quarter, and then Atlanta made their run in the second quarter, brought it to within even, took the lead, and then the Heat, just took off from there. And we were lucky enough that the third quarter did not appear last night. They played fantastic in that third quarter,
Mhm.
got the lead extended, and then
The Hawks did make a
um,
run at some point in that third quarter, though.
they did, but the Heat did a good job of stopping that run and
Mhm.
making their own run and
Mhm.
basically putting the game without reach, in the fourth quarter. And look, man, it's game one of two. We could be streaking tonight.
Yeah, look, and I love that Norman Powell was off. He didn't have his most efficient game, but I love that they're staggering the minutes between Tyler Hero and Norman Powell. The question is this something that we can expect to keep happening, or did they just sell it to Tyler like, hey, you're just coming back from injury to start you on the bench, but don't worry, eventually you'll get back in there because I hope this is a good look. Pell Larson got the start, and we know, and we say all the time, Pell Larson just is a winning player. When he's in the starting lineup, I mean, at this point, I forgot what the record is, but we have a great record when Pell Larson is in the starting lineup. Davion Mitchell got his 7 assists. He was doing this thing. It's just overall, I think that this lineup with Tyler Hero coming off the bench, getting minutes with Khalil Ware, with just the second unit in general and being able to stagger Norman Powell's minutes. I think this is just something that hopefully we can keep seeing because I think that this could be beneficial for the team in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. Obviously, we know that the four players, right? Norman Powell and Tyler need to be staggered, and then you have Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo who also need to be staggered, and would it'd be nice to see them play together against big lineups. But Khalil Ware also had a big game yesterday: 14 points,
Mhm.
12 boards. The two guys who arguably could be in the starting lineup are now playing with the second unit, and that second unit looks pretty deadly, right? Khalil Ware, Triple J, Tyler, Kasparis Yakuchonis. I really really like what Spo did yesterday in terms of his rotations, and hopefully it continues that way. And Tyler's okay with coming off the bench and playing that role of being the scorer in the second unit. Obviously that kills Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s chances at a six man of the year because Tyler Hero is probably going to outshine him in that second unit. But
Yeah, for sure.
um, for what the Heat need this season and to be able to get to the sixth seed, fifth seed, I mean, it was Spo showed everybody that he knows what he's doing last night.
Yeah, and look, we kept talking about these 10 games we had coming up that were all very winnable. We said that they could probably go 8-2, maybe 7-3 at worst. They had a big hiccup against Utah, which purposely they tried to tank on purpose so bad that they got fined for it, and we still lost that game. But out of that hiccup, we've won 3 out of those first 4 games, and we called those 10 games. We have Memphis tonight, which Memphis isn't a very good team. And we have Milwaukee, which hasn't been playing well. Philadelphia, which is right around our level. Houston is the only real competition we have over the next 6 games. This is one of those moments where if Tyler Herro can stay healthy, if the team can start feeling good about itself, you can look back, and I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times, right? When you're approaching the playoffs, and then they start throwing those stats at you. Since the All-Star break, and it's like,
Hey,
okay, this is our
since
chance.
the All-Star
Get on
break,
the
the Heat
run.
are 1-0.
Right, exactly. And then you'll hear since the All-Star break, the Heat are, I don't know, 10-4, and the Miami Heat have righted the ship. And nobody really cares about what teams you beat. They just talk about how you've been looking. This is the moment in the season where it matters. This is the moment in the season when you got to get hot. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna get too crazy about last night. We understand that the last 4 games have been against bad teams, and unfortunately, they didn't go 4-0. But regardless, you want to see that chemistry building. You want to see these players playing well and efficiently. And look, Tyler Herro looked so smooth yesterday. There was a 3 that he hit right before halftime, like 30 seconds left. He just dribbled down the court and just pulled up, and it just looked so silky smooth. It's just like he's back now. How long he's back and looks like this, I don't know. Is he gonna want to be a starter, and he has to bend their need to get him back in the starting lineup? I hope not. I think that what we saw last night is ideal, and I would love to keep. If you have 2 starters coming off your bench, because let's be real, on 25 out of the 30, maybe more teams in the NBA, Tyler Herro and Khalil Ware are starters. Maybe you could even throw Jaime Jaquez in there also, and you got those 3 players coming off your bench. Like, you have a solid deep squad. I'm not saying championship team yet, but you know what? Maybe it's the All-Star break. Maybe it's been so long since I've been sour on this team that all of a sudden I'm feeling a little more optimistic. But I mean, let's see. Anything can happen. We got no more trades available to us, so let's just keep positive at this point.
Yeah, shout out to Myron Gardner, who signed a 3-year contract with the team, and he got some minutes yesterday. And he doesn't score as much as Tyler as Jaime, but he is an absolute pest on defense, Danny. And not only that, on offensive rebounds, he loves to attack the glass. He loves to try and just annoy the defensive team as they bring the ball up the court. I love the effort that he plays with. And hey, man, shout out to him. Congrats, and he deserves it because he's played fantastic in the minutes that Spo has given him this season. So, yeah, man, the Heat go from a team that was destined for the play-in to now with a fully healthy roster go into the favorite to climb into the 5th, 6th, 4th seed in this Eastern Conference. And you just need the players to buy in, right? At this point, you need the players to buy in, and the one I'm talking to really is Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro to buy in to his role off the bench. And if he can continue contributing 15, 20 points off the bench, that bench becomes probably one of the best in the NBA.
Absolutely. Well, we got Memphis tonight. After the Utah and after so many other examples throughout the season, I almost don't want to say this should be a win, but fuck it should be a win, and let's keep making that climb. 3 games over 500. Let's keep at it, because the next one, we got 6 games left in this run of decent opponents, winnable games. We just keep winning them. Any final words, Solana?
No, man, I just want to see more green on your scoreboard there.
Let's see. I'm hoping, when this is said and done, I'm hoping that it's at worst 8-2. Maybe the Rockets. I get it. The Rockets are one of the best teams in the NBA. But outside of that, hopefully we beat everybody else. Maybe even the Rockets. But let's do it. I'm excited. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're listening on audio, give us a comment, 5 stars, and we'll be back tomorrow talking Memphis. Until the next one. Until the next one, have a good one.